What's going on, guys? ChillisFM here, taking a look at one of the most fun and strongest picks for the Spring Cup, Shadow Cacturne. This thing is more than just a meme. It can absolutely wreck a lot of teams, has a lot of fast move pressure, and the charge moves hit hard too. And honestly, they don't take that long to get to. Let's go ahead and get into some of these battles. Leave a like, leave a comment down below. I really do appreciate it. All right. Cacturne into Lapras. This is one of the things that I really wanted to build this Cacturne for because it just absolutely dominates Lapras in the 2 shields, and I think even in the 1 shield scenario. Maybe just Shadow Lapras in the 1 shield. They bait with the Sparkling Aria, that's no big deal. I'm going to overfarm, I'm going to send this Trailblaze. It will take out from this range, so they are forced to throw up a shield if they want to get a second move off. They swap out into Dugong, but Cacturne's already almost at another move, so I decided to go ahead and stay in, throw that move, grab the shield, and then come in with my Lapras. And that's when I realized I put in the wrong Lapras for this first battle. It's running Ice Shard, which is not good into Dugong, but luckily we do still have Skull Bash, which Skull Bash will be hitting for neutral. It won't be taking them out from this range, but it will be putting them low enough that Tentacruel can handle it later on. So I'm going to go ahead and overfarm just a bit here, go for the Skull Bash. I could have just thrown it immediately, but like the Ice Shards they're throwing at me are double resisted, so they're not really doing any damage. Throwing it earlier doesn't really benefit me. I'm actually able to get this Surf off as well, and the Surf should be enough. Yeah, it takes out the Dugong. So we are able to handle the Dugong despite having the wrong move. I'm expecting their Lapras to come in, look for the farm down, so I come in with my Cacturne. I'm going to go ahead and shield up this Sparkling Aria, and they're going to be forced to throw again. No, I'm actually going to be able to outpace to this next Trailblaze. So this is going to boost my attack. I'm probably going to get one more Sucker Punch off, and it's going to be a Golisopod in the back of the game. It's just over. Because guess what? We have a Tentacruel, and Tentacruel is going to wall all of the energy from Golisopod. Unless they have Aero Ace, but Aero Ace is just such a bad move that we can easily tank it and get to the Sludge Wave. Yeah, they're running Aqua Jet there. 2 Aqua Jets does hurt Tentacruel, but it doesn't take out. So we're just going to make it to this Sludge Wave, and that's going to be a GG's. Well played to my opponent. Yes, I am running all poison moves on my Tentacruel, and honestly I thought it would be a good safe swap, and I think it's an okay safe swap still, but there are the occasional ground types out there, and I think you'll see 1 or 2 of them in today's video. Alright, Dugong lead. Sort of a core breaker since it has Joran for my Tentacruel, but they are going to swap out anyways. This time I should have the right Lapras in. They're going to answer with the Golisopod. We've already seen Golisopod's not the best answer into my Tentacruel. They throw X-Scissor, which can't be the right move, because if you have Aqua Jet, you want to throw Aqua Jet, and you have Aerial Ace, you want to throw Aerial Ace. So I'm not really sure what's going on there, but that's fine. We're going to go ahead and just play out the 2s if we need to with Acid Spray. They actually no-shield both, so I can just survive this, right? Yeah, I can just survive this. It doesn't matter what move they throw. We're going to survive that. Farm down. They're going to come back out with the Dugong. I'm not going to be able to make the Sludge Wave. I'm going to overfarm quite a bit just to make them think maybe that could be the Sludge Wave. But at the end of the day, it's just Acid Spray. It doesn't really matter. I mean, I get to put my Lapras on this. This is phenomenal. Jurons are going to tickle my Lapras. They're going to need like 4 of them, I believe, to take out. And in the back is going to be an Azumarill. And yes, Cacturne's a Dark type, but it's also a Grass type, so we're going to resist these bubbles. We do have to shield up the Ice Beam. Basically, anything that's super effective is going to one-shot a Cacturne. Is what it is. Going to get this Trailblaze off now. Trailblaze would put this Azumarill extremely low, so they do throw up the shield. And honestly, our pacing is just as good as the Azumarill's. They're at the next Ice Beam. I'm already at my next Trailblaze. So I'm going to go ahead and shield up this Ice Beam. I'm going to continue to overfarm just slightly and go for the next Trailblaze at good timing. This Trailblaze would be enough to take out, so my opponent is forced to throw up their shield. They come back in with their Dugong, and I can answer with my Lapras. Now, the only way that this is possibly bad is if this Dugong puts me in bubble down range, and then the Azumarill leaves with an Ice Beam. I don't really see that happening, so I'm going to go ahead and just fire off this Sparkling Aria, put them into the red. I think I can just commit here. I think I can just commit to the farm down. Next Joran's going to come through, put me fairly low, but I want to leave with energy for that Azumarill for 2 reasons. Number 1, it's energy to hurt the Azumarill. Maybe 2 Sparkling Arias KO. I'm not sure that that's the case. But number 2, it's going to help me stall the clock against the Azumarill. And there we are. We're able to swap out, get to the Trailblaze, and take out the Azumarill with our Dark type. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing. And that's the GG's. Well played. My nose itches just a little bit. All right. Let's go into the next one. Cacturne into Golisopod. Once again, Cacturne is resisting the fast move, and that's why Cacturne can really shine in this meta. It resists so many fast moves in this meta, and it does at least neutral, if not super effective, to all the things that it's resisting. Now, of course, there's things that it doesn't want to see. Things like Galarian Wheezing. But guess what? Trailblaze takes out like half of Galarian Wheezing's health, even though it's resisted. So if you get energy on this thing, it's an absolute wrecking ball. They're going to answer my Tentacruel with a Marshtomp. So here's one of these ground types. A bit uncomfortable because Marshtomp does get Sludge as well, and it gets there every 5 mud shots. Unfortunately, I get denied right there. I get 1 turn bring in. So they're going to get 1 Sludge off here. I'm going to do 5 or 4 Sucker Punches, and they're going to be at their next Sludge. And so I'm forced to throw this Trailblaze, which sucks. I mean, is what it is. I shouldn't have been forced to throw the energy. Is what it is. They're going to come back with the Golisopod. I'm going to go ahead and give up my second shield here for the X-Scissor. Look for the Farm Down, but they're going to be swapping out into a Shadow Swampert. And look how much these neutral Sucker Punches are doing to the Shadow Swampert. We're going to fire off the next Trailblaze to grab a shield and just go ahead and catch the Sludge here, the Hydro. I'm hoping they threw Hydro expecting a catch, but no, it's going to be the Sludge. That's perfectly fine. 2 Sludges do not KO a Lapras. We can go ahead and tank this next one and commit to the Farm Down. Now, similar to last game, this could end up bad if they get the Shadow Claw down with their Golisopod and leave with an X-Scissor, but I have so much energy on my Lapras, and Sparkling Aria hits hard enough that it is going to be able to take out the Golisopod, and we're going to make it right there. I mean, Lapras is bulky, right? We don't really have to worry about it. It's a GG's. Well played. Alright, jumping into the next battle. Going to have Cacturne up against a Credilli. Beautiful. Again, resisting the fast move. We see so many things that we resist fast move. They swap out into Tentacruel. We are happy to answer with our Lapras. They fire it off immediately here. I know this is only going to be an Acid Spray, and I'm going to fire off immediately as well with the Sparkling Aria. We're not running Skull Bash. Reason being, I wanted Lapras or Tentacruel to both work as safe swaps. And there are grass types in this meta, so I wanted the ice type coverage. Could you run this team with Skull Bash? Probably. And I also think you could run Tentacruel with Scald Sludge Wave. I don't know that you need Acid Spray, because Acid Spray is really good when you want to go down 2 shields. Thank you, camera. Acid Spray is really good when you want to go down 2 shields to get switched, but you never really want Cacturne without shields unless there's something like a Jellicent that you need to keep it aligned onto. So I think having Scald is perfectly fine. Alright, so we do connect the Ice Beam here onto this Credilli. In the back, they're going to have a Galarian Wheezing, and now you get to see how hard this Trailblaze. Trailblaze is not even a good move, but puts them nearly, well, a few more Sucker Punches, and they're at half HP. Unfortunately, we don't quite make the next Trailblaze, but I'm just, in my head, I'm like, okay, well, this game is won. I could just tap on down. We're just going to go ahead and tap everything down, as long as they don't have Brutal Swing, which they just showed Sludge. This is probably going to be the Overheat. That's fine. Who cares? Who cares? Let's get this Poison Jab down. They come out with the Credilli. I'm like, okay, we'll just jab this down. And they survive with 1 HP. Yeah, don't turn your brain off when you're playing the battle. This was a very winnable game that I lose because I turned my brain off, thought I could just tap on down. So, climbs here, by the way, 3 sets. 3 sets. That's all that I played this team. It was 3 sets, and we were able to climb over 100 elo, and obviously there was 1 or 2 games that I could have won that I lost like that. Alright, up against Mr. Dan Ottawa, fellow content creator here on YouTube. Running Klefki. So when it's Klefki, you know you can stay in. When it's Mawile, it could have Fire Fang, it could have Astonish. Most Mawiles are running Fire Fang. So if it's Mawile, you probably want to swap out. But Klefki, you can stay in. Now I'm going to go ahead and catch this next foul play. Klefki gets to the foul plays every 4. I didn't want to give up both shields. Maybe the next Sucker Punch was going to KO, but then possibly Dan would have got DRE and still got it off. So I swap out and I catch it on my Tentacruel. I'm going to be able to get a second acid spray off here after pulling the shield with the first one, and it's actually going to be CMP, so able to waste some of this Lapras energy. Even if he undercharges this fully, yeah, he's not going to get a lot of extra farm. And I know that this Lapras has a move ready to go. Even if it's Sparkling Aria, it's pretty threatening to my Cacturne. So I'm going to come in with my Lapras to just absorb the energy. In the back, going to be a Shadow Feraligatr. Something that I haven't seen a ton of in this meta, but actually it seems like it's pretty good. I just don't know that it's better than Golisopod, right? I think Golisopod might just have the slight upper hand. But regardless, able to get it very low with the Sparkling Aria. Come in with my Cacturne, get this Trailblaze off to pull the final shield, and at this point I can just shield my Lapras. Farm this all the way down. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and invest the shield right here because this Shadow Hydro Cannon does still hit quite hard, and we're basically living with the Sparkling Aria, which I thought was gonna be enough to take out his Lapras from here, but actually not, and he will be able to actually get his own Sparkling Aria off, but it's not Skull Bash, right? That's all that matters. It's definitely not outrage. So that's going to be a GG's. We're going to farm everything down with the Lapras. I think maybe he was trying to see if he could make one more move on something. I'm not sure. But we do farm down the Feraligatr and leave with the Sparkling Aria ready to go for this Klefki. So we can go ahead and just take it out here. That's GG's. Well played. All right. Into the next one. Up against Ghost Burns Red with the Ferrothorn lead. Man, I love seeing Ferrothorn leads. Now, I always expect there to be a wheezing in back of these. Some do and some don't. When I was team building with it, it seems like you need wheezing. Some don't. This one's going to have a Tentacruel. We're going to swap out after connecting with that Dynamic Punch, and there's a Gastrodon, and that's terrifying. We don't have Scald. We can't really threaten this, but I overfarm here on purpose because if they dump this Earth Power before overfarming, I'm in a great spot, right? Because these Mud Slaps are resisted. I have to shield up the Body Slams for sure, but I can easily take out this Gastrodon here on my Cacturne. I'm going to overfarm to make sure I have energy ready to go for his Tentacruel. They actually throw up the shield, but the boosted Sucker Punch is KO. And so now I do have this boosted Trailblaze ready to go. Going to actually connect, nearly puts him into the red. And now we can just farm down with Lapras, and that's GG's. Well played to my opponent. I was actually really hyped after that one. I made a short out of it, by the way. I am, if you haven't been around the channel recently, I am putting out a short. Also uploading on TikTok every single day for the month of April. So if you're interested in that kind of content, check out my shorts. Right. So on the first day, I saw a ton of Empoleon. Cacturne loves Empoleon. Haven't really seen it after. And I'm not surprised. Whenever I was on my live stream going through the meta, I looked at Empoleon and I was like, man, like the typing looks amazing. But Metal Claw is just so bad. It's just so bad. And Steel Wing's so bad as well that it just doesn't work. It just doesn't work as well as you want it to be. As well as you want it to. Like, I think it even loses to Lapras, which is doing neutral the entire time while taking resisted the entire time. That's crazy. Alright, in the back here, they're going to have the Jellicent. I'm going to be firing off the Sludge Wave, putting them pretty low. And honestly, I just want to keep alignment here. If I can keep my Cacturne on that Empoleon, the Empoleon's never making another move. And Cacturne can basically farm this thing down once it's out of energy as well. So we're going to be farming up here. I can even tank another Shadow Ball, right? We can even tank another Shadow Ball. Lapras is so bulky. It's actually nuts. Gonna fire off the Sparkling Aria just to get this thing low where I can just snipe it with the Sucker Punches. They swap out into the Empoleon, but I have this Trailblaze ready to go to boost my attack. 1, 2, 3 more Sucker Punches. Goodbye Empoleon and goodbye Jellicent. So GG's. Well played to my opponent. So this is me claiming the final set of the day, which was a 3-2. But yeah, really good climbs with this team. I have an even better climb team coming though. Because Cacturne is risky. I'll admit to it. It's risky. It's a lot of fun when you can resist fast moves, and there's a lot of occasions where you resist fast moves. But it can struggle. It can struggle when, say you're up against a Tropius leech. Like, your charge moves are going to be resisted. You know, the Galarian Wheezing leads. Yeah, you can fight back against them, but it's still pretty tough. I got a better team. I got a better team coming. I think tomorrow I'm going to be uploading an Ultra League video, and then whatever the next day is, I'm not sure when this one's even going out. Whatever the next day is, that will be my favorite team for this cup. And it's with a pick that nobody's running. Absolutely, I haven't seen a single other one. And it's just wrecking right now. And you know what? If you've been watching my shorts, you already know the team, actually. So go check out my shorts. For real. I'm putting them out daily. All right, let's wrap it up here. Thank you all so much for watching. Thank you to my channel members for your support. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure you leave a like and a comment down below. And if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button as well. I'm trying to get 150 new subscribers this month. My wife has agreed to let me upgrade the stream room a little bit if I do. So I appreciate y'all hitting that subscribe button. All right, until next time, this is ChillisFM reminding you to always keep pushing forward.